recently thinking about all the great cooks in my family, none better than my dad, who owned his own restaurant in New York City for more than 15 years. People would come from miles around to enjoy one of his famous recipes. I asked him one time why everything he prepared was so amazing, and without hesitation he said, "The ingredients." Well, I know for a fact it was much more than that. It got me to thinking that a successful advertising campaign is just like cooking. Without the proper ingredients, the recipe, or in this case, the advertising program, simply fails. In advertising, ultimately, there is only one way to retain a customer: get them results. Closing a prospect is less than half the battle. The real battle is fighting for an ad and a program with the proper ingredients that generate results. Let's face it, if an ad campaign costs $1 and it doesn't work, it's $1 too much and the relationship is over. However, if every time your customer gives you $1, you give him $3 in return, that's a relationship that could last forever. The ad campaign recipe consists of 4 essential ingredients in order for it to be effective. Leave out one ingredient and it's like chocolate chip cookies without the chocolate chips. It just doesn't work. Here are the ingredients: value, impact, circulation, and consistency, or what we call VIC. It's important to note that while the prospect, now your client, is an expert in his field, it doesn't make him an expert in yours. It's at this point where a weak, short-sighted sales associate will do whatever the client tells him to do regarding the development of the ad and the program. When the ad program falls flat on its back, who do you think gets the blame? Can you imagine walking into a doctor's office and telling the doctor how to examine you and what to prescribe once the examination is over? Remember, the only thing the customer really and truly wants is results. Unfortunately, even getting results may not be enough. In life and business, our happiness is in direct proportion to our expectations. Meet or exceed our expectations, and we're ecstatic. Fall short of those expectations, and we grow impatient and disenchanted. Setting proper, realistic, attainable expectations for the ad campaign at this stage of the relationship will set you apart from your competition and enhance your chances of securing a customer rather than just closing a sale. Why is setting proper expectations so important? Because only 2 things can happen without them. And by the way, they're both bad. 1, the relationship ends abruptly. And 2, even worse, your client immediately has this perception that your product doesn't work. A perception, I might add, he will not hesitate to share with others. Don't be afraid to walk away from someone initially like this. While it's difficult to do, it will build credibility and eliminate frustration for both you and your client. Here is a simple way to set proper expectations using the acronym ADA. An ad must first capture the reader's attention, and that takes time. Okay, we have your attention. Now we must generate interest, and yes, that also takes time. If the campaign generates interest, they will have the desire to get off their couch and take action. You got it. A process that takes time and doesn't occur overnight. In part 2 of this series, we will take a look in depth at the 4 essential ingredients and why different types of businesses require different types of programs. Remember, building a solid customer base is like building a house. In order for it to last, it cannot be built on sand. It must be built on solid ground.